Excellent.
Dump pouch.
Visual Inspector Operations bringing you guys in another great wheel gun procurement update. This is a highly sought after piece. Go ahead and give us a rundown of that thing.
Okay, this is the Ruger GP100. This is their this is Ruger's answer to like the Smith & Wesson K-frame. You know, this is your traditional large frame revolver. From claims from ammo manufacturers and also Ruger themselves, this is one of the strongest 357 frames on the market. This gun is not very light, but you get a full lugged barrel. You get your adjustable front and rear sights. It comes with the Hogue mono grip, so you get a lot of, you know, it's a very form-fitting grip. It looks like, you know, it's kind of cheesy and it would be uncomfortable, but the second that you hold on to it, you're like, wow, you know, that bites right into my hand. The balance is really good. This has got the 4.5 inch barrel, I think it is. They use the blackened sights, you know, the blackened front sight. They also use their Ruger's adjustable rear sight. They serrate the barrel to reduce glare on the stainless steel models. I don't know if they do that on the blued model, but you know, it is evident here.
Now, what I'd really like to talk about is the cylinder release mechanism.
The cylinder release, unlike a Smith where you got to push forward.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and roll in this 686 here.
So on the 686, you have to reach and push forward to drop the cylinder.
Do that again, please.
So you got to push on this button and pop the cylinder out.
Excellent. Okay.
On the Ruger, it has a push button.
One more time. So, which would you say is quicker or more easily used?
I like the push button because on say these, you really can't tell, you know, if you got a thick glove on, if you've gotten that all the way forward. You know, you're trying to get at it, and this moves. On this, it's a simple button. It's always in the same spot, and if you press down hard on it, it's going to open up.
I think the other thing that you have to think about is the motor skill that's involved in this. If you look at the two mechanisms, you can tell just by the manufacturers. Both manufacturers know their stuff, and look at the serration on the two mechanisms. This one requires a considerable amount of force. If you look at all the serrations on there, they did a really good job of making sure that you're going to be able to bite into that on your finger. This one uses significantly less force, not as much serration. So you can tell that they're designed for, this is a little bit faster design as opposed to your standard revolver, what I would consider the standard revolver slide or magazine cylinder release. So
yeah, the 686 is a good gun.
Can you stack them up side by side so that you can kind of see the size?
This is the 686P. You know, these are going to be these are the direct competitors. The difference between this gun and, in my opinion, and this one, the big deal breaker on the Smith, and this is the P model, so this is an extra capacity. This is actually a 7 round, so you do get an extra round with the Smith. Go ahead and take this. The beauty of this over the Smith is if you look real close, you might not be able to see it. There's a line right here. When you pull this grip off, you can strip this entire weapon down to just the barrel and the frame without having to take the side plate off. So this weapon comes apart into, you know, 3 or 4 big pieces. It kind of comes apart like an auto, and you can boil it down if you want. You know, it's really it's easier to clean, and you can clean all the gunk that collects down into the trigger housing.
So what you're saying is basically Ruger kind of thought about this design quite a bit as far as a user compatibility and maintenance side of things, whereas the Smith guns, they're designed not to come apart. You don't want to be disassembling your Smith down to base parts kind of thing.
I think that to even go as far as I think it voids your Smith warranty if you pull the side plate off. I'm not sure about that, but I think I read somewhere that you're not supposed to take the side plate off your Smith no matter what.
Right, and I personally wouldn't. I'm not a wheel gun guy. If you guys ever seen inside of that, you can find lots of videos on YouTube of that. They are complicated machines. I would never take the innards out of a wheel gun. That's for sure.
So I guess what we'll do is I'll get some more ammo from over here and we'll shoot another round out of it.
Ruger GP100. We've had a lot of people ask for this one. You guys ask, and when we can deliver, we will. I want to say we received 30 comments about this gun.
Yeah.
I'm not a wheel gun shooter, but we'll see what we can do.
They go a little bit faster than your Glock, don't they?
Yeah, they do go a little bit quicker.
A little bit more reliable too.
All right, Wombat, go ahead and give us some GP100, bud.
Should be it. Yep.
Okay, thoughts on that one? How does it feel, in your opinion, since you have a 686, how does the trigger and everything else stack up?
Well, the grip is virtually identical, so the feel of it is still really great. I will say the trigger is a little bit heavier, and I don't find the brake when it's in single action to be quite as smooth, just personally. I think that's a little bit lighter in double action. I think it brakes a little bit more crisp when it's in single.
That's more mechanical. That's more of a service revolver type.
All right, well, it's for that purpose, MTB, go ahead and take a cylinder on that 686P, and maybe you can give some comparison against the two. What do you say, bud?
Well, I'd say that it's definitely a little bit crisper on the trigger pull. At 7 rounds makes it seem like you're firing a lot longer, even though it's only 1 round.
But I tell you this, you shoot a lot better with that gun. But you know, that is a much longer barrel.
Yeah, it's got a longer sight radius. It's also got that red dot. These are my roll your own. So they're kind of I think I use 700X or something. That's what all the smoke is about.
But in your opinion, stacking the two up against each other, the trigger mechanism is a little bit more superior on the 686.
The Smith has a finer trigger, but that's to be expected. Because I mean, the price comparison. This is what, an $800 revolver.
$950.
Yeah, these come in at
Trust me.
at $550.
Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, that is still a stronger frame, even for the lower price.
It's a stronger frame and it breaks down in smaller pieces.
Right. So, all right, great. Well, that concludes the commentary on the GP100. Say bye, everybody.